Are we live? YouTube says we're live. Let's do this. Hey there, my name is Peter Hartman. You're watching Bad Guru Nightly, and I am Bad Guru. This show is meant to serve as a reminder that your attention matters. You see, what we give our attention to becomes a greater part of our experience. We shape our world with the power of our attention. So it's important to be deliberate. And I'm so glad you decided to give me some of your attention here tonight. We'll be talking about, what is the most amazing thing happening in the world today that you know of? But first, how was your day? Gosh darn it, how was your day, huh? Did you enjoy the day? Was it a good day wherever you were? Was the weather good? Was the weather nice? Did you get to enjoy the sun beaming on your face? Oh, I dare say, Peter, I had such a splendid day. The sun was beaming on my face. I've lost the accent. It's totally gone. Oh, woe is me. How was your day? It's a good day, bad day, great day, terrible day. Don't matter what kind of day you got. What matters is that you sit down here for a little moment, or you stand where you're standing, or you listen to me wherever you're listening to me, and you ask yourself, could I have done anything today that would have made my day better? Could I do something that makes tomorrow better? Think about it. It's a thought that keeps me up at night. What is this that I'm seeing here? All right, notification. That's fine. How was your day? How was your day? I like to think about how my day was, because sometimes you go through your day and you're like a zombie. Sometimes you go through your day, you don't even realize what's going on. Sometimes your day goes by and you're like, what? What day? What day? Huh? What year is it? Huh? What? Don't let your days go by. Don't let them go by without a moment of reflection, a little bit of moment of reflection, right? You can just take a moment to reflect back on your day and see, how was it? And what could I have done? And that makes all the difference in the world, folks. Let me tell you this. Coming down the home stretch is your ability to change your own life, influencing your ability. Coming across the finish line, you are the winner. If you decide to make a choice that moves you in the direction of that which you want to be. You get to decide. You are the decider. You get to choose. But do you choose? It's part of what we're going to be talking about here tonight. What is the most amazing thing happening in the world that you know of? Oh my goodness, I sit down thinking, oh my goodness, there's got to be amazing things happening that I got no clue about. Ask somebody that question and watch all the, well, that's good, and this is a good thing, but is it the most amazing thing? Is it the most amazing thing? I don't know. It's interesting. I posed myself that question, and I thought, oh, that's easy to answer. The answer to that is, I don't know if it's the most amazing thing. And there are so many different things, so many different subjects, so many different domains and fields out there in the world. What's the most amazing thing? Well, the most amazing thing to you. Right? God bless you. You've got a perspective. You got a mind. You got an eyes. You got at least one eye. You got at least one ear. You're paying attention. You're hearing what's going on. You're seeing. You're on the interwebs. And you got your opinion. Somebody tells you, hey, we found a new way to grow macadamia nuts. It's outstanding. You're like, I'll be the judge of that. No, it isn't. Not outstanding. Somebody says, hey, they're making an Avengers 26. You're like, ooh, that is outstanding. That is amazing. That's fantastic. That makes me feel like living. You get to choose. It could be something artistic. It could be something technological. It could be something ecological. It could be something sensual. It could be anything. Marvels of technology and allowing us to do things that we've never done before. The future is now. What is the most amazing thing happening in the world? Look, of course, I know what you're expecting. You say, oh, bad guru. I know what you're going to say. You're going to say AI. And I'm not going to talk about AI today because I've talked about AI a lot, but AI is one of the most amazing things happening in the world today. And if you watch Bad Guru Nightly, you should know that AI. All right, we're going to leave that aside. Then you think to yourself, what do I think is the most amazing thing happening in the world? Then you think about, the Boring Company. You're like, what? The Boring Company? Yeah, the Boring Company. who's the owner of the Boring Company? Elon Musk? Oh, of course it's Elon Musk. It's always Elon Musk with this guy. It's always. Is anybody surprised? Raise your hand if you're surprised that he's bringing up Elon Musk again. Why don't you just marry the guy? I've asked, folks. I've asked, and he said no repeatedly and forcefully. He's not at all interested. In fact, he's expressly disinterested. But Elon Musk, baby. Oh, man, do I love him. Some man love for Elon Musk. It's pretty good. He's got the Boring Company. The Boring Company is him digging tunnels underground. I mean, you can't dig tunnels above ground, but digging tunnels in the earth underneath the city so that cars can drive. I know. You're thinking, oh, Elon Musk, he's making Teslas. That's his contribution to the world. That's not all, folks. He's also digging tunnels under LA because traffic is horrendous. And he says, hey, when you're driving in 2D. You're driving in two planes, you're just right here. Right? All around you, up here on the surface level, right? 2 dimensions. But you can use the 3rd dimension to travel, right? Up, down, you can travel in the 3rd dimension. Right now, everybody's stuck in the 2 dimensions on a plane. And we get stuck bumper to bumper traffic. It's bumper to bumper traffic all the way from the eye as far as the eye can see. No car is moving. People are getting out of their vehicles, walking down the street, abandoning their cars. It's mayhem. 2D. 3D. You think, oh, 3D, we're going to get some flying cars? That makes sense. Well, according to Elon Musk, flying cars, not so great. He says we got flying vehicles. We already got flying vehicles. They're called helicopters. And they're loud. Nobody wants them overhead. Plus, if something goes wrong with a helicopter above you, it's a pretty serious situation. It's a pretty serious situation. You don't want to go up, you want to go down, folks. Down underneath the ground. And that's what he's doing. The Boring Company is digging tunnels underneath the ground so that vehicles can travel there on multiple dimensions. In fact, he says you can go pretty deep in the ground and build many, many, many tunnels and go super, super fast. One of the most amazing things happening on the planet today, I think. It's great. Samantha Barley, self-discovery life coach. Thank you so much for being a part of the show, interacting. I see your silly face there, and I'm going to make a silly face right back. The Boring Company, Elon Musk. Fantastic. Did you know that somebody was digging tunnels underneath the ground? Can you imagine if in your city you could travel underground and there was no more traffic? In fact, I say put all the cars underground. Why do any cars have to drive above the surface? You car drivers go underground, and as pedestrians, cyclists, and electric scooterists, we get the top road. We are the above dwellers. Pretty cool. Anyway, Boring Company, check it out. Okay, next thing. This is a different thing. It's not a product or anything like that. It's a concept that has been around for a little while, but we're going to see more and more of that in the future. And I think it's a powerful concept, a powerful idea. And that is gamification. All right? I believe it's George Zimmerman who coined the phrase. And gamification is the principles of using game mechanics, the system of using game mechanics, just using game mechanics. So you can use game mechanics for all kinds of things. When my twin brother and I, we would, we're kids and we have to do the laundry, right? You leave kids alone for any length of time and they're going to start playing games. So we'd be like, okay, let's see if we can throw these socks into the washer, And it's like, okay, you get 1 point for every sock you get in there, 5 points for every T-shirt. And then suddenly putting clothes inside of the laundry is no longer just putting clothes inside of the laundry. We've been motivated and incentivized by points. Now, points by themselves are not necessarily gamification, they're pointification, but they're an element of game mechanics that are very useful. Now, there are all kinds of ways to use game mechanics in order to motivate people, to incentivize people, in order to use that in the world. And I'm not going to I'm going to do a whole show about gamification because it's just that fascinating. But it's this idea that in a game you get experience points, you get currency, you get status. These are all elements of a game that keep you going. And we can use that in the jobs that we do, in the self-improvement that we want to do. I use this to-do app. It's discontinued, but I use this to-do app that was fantastic. It was called Epic Win. And what it allowed you to do is that not only did you put your to-do list, but points were assigned to your to-do list depending on how important they were. And you had to accomplish them. And when you did, then you got these points, these rewards. And what it would do is that you had this character in this app that upgraded, that leveled up as you progressed with your to-do list. And so you checked off the things you wanted to do, and then that guy would grow and grow and grow. And so you had this measured approach to getting things done and measuring out your experience, measuring out your progress. That's part of gamification. Right? It's pretty fascinating, and I really loved that to-do list because it would make all these sounds when I did it, and then there would be consequences to the things that I did, and of course I got the things done in real life, but putting a game layer on top of that was pretty fantastic. If you don't know about gamification, you should definitely check it out. It's one of the most amazing things happening on the planet today that you might not have heard of. Now you have. All right, 2 more things, and I'm going to have to let you go. The next thing, I've already talked about Neuralink, although, I got to bring it up. Brain-machine interfaces, okay? Brain-machine interfaces. That's Elon Musk again. I know, okay? Why don't you guys get a room? He won't do it. Oh, I'm going to get a comment here. What's this? Oh. Check the chat here. Okay, Tom Hartman says, ancient civilizations went underground to survive the last apocalypse. Hashtag what does that say? Good then, good now. Well, if ancient civilizations can go underground to survive an apocalypse, what ancient civilizations went underground to survive the apocalypse? What are you talking about, Tom? Are you bringing in conspiracy theories? Are you stirring up the pot here? My goodness. Anywho, thanks Tom for watching. I really appreciate that. Going underground is a great idea, and we can start building our houses on the ground. Building our houses into mountains underground. I want to be like a hobbit. I want to walk over to a hole in the ground, like I was in an episode of Lost, and just open up a hatch and climb down into my own home. Close that hatch behind me. Cover it up, camouflage. Nobody knows I'm there. Survive anything. Bunker living. Anywho, what was I talking about here? Neuralink and dating Elon Musk. Neuralink is a brain-machine interface. Now, I've already talked about that in previous episode, so I'm not going to talk about it here today, but there's a lesser version of it, that I saw years ago, but I still think is really incredible. I don't even know why it's not getting more play. It's the Emotive Epoch headset. The Emotive, E-M-O-T-I-V, Emotive Epoch, E-P-O-C headset. And this thing is it's like an EEG, if I'm not mistaken, something that reads your brain waves, you put it on your head, and people have been able to use this to, look, you're playing a video game, instead of using the remotes, you use this thing on your head. You can think left and the character will move left. You think right and the character will move right. You think levitate that rock and the rock will levitate. Pretty cool. I've seen meditation apps that use this in order to get your brain, so that your brain is in the right state and you can be in meditative states in order to do the things that are in this game, in this app. Really fantastic. I've also seen people put on the Emotive Epoch headset connected to, let's say, a remote control helicopter, and fly the helicopter with their brain, fly the drone with their brains. Just think up, think down, and it does it. Oh, might not be the most amazing thing in the world, but it's still pretty fantastic. Last thing I want to talk about before I got to end the show, because I got to end the show. We're at 15 minutes. Peter, how dare you? So long. Our attention spans are real short here on YouTube, right? I know. But it's an amazing episode. And the last thing, if you don't know about it, you should definitely go and check it out. Definitely go and check this thing out. It's going to change the future. It's going to change the world. And you do not want to be surprised by this one. It's called CRISPR. CRISPR. CRISPR, which is gene editing. they're going to be able to edit genes now, folks. You have a baby in the womb? They test the baby. They realize the baby has a high probability or the gene for diabetes. And they zip, use CRISPR, edit that gene out. Baby, born without diabetes. You think to yourself, that's amazing. That's wonderful. That's fantastic. Tom says, don't conspiracy shame me. I'll conspiracy shame anybody I want, okay? This is my show, okay? People living underground. Are there really people living underground? I really like to know about that. How could people underground hide from us? But I hear underground is really, really deep. So maybe they're really down there, just really, really deep. Maybe the core of the earth isn't molten lava. Maybe it's hollow inside of the earth. Have you ever heard of the hollow earth theory? Don't get me started on conspiracy theories, Tom. Don't get me started on conspiracy theories. What was I talking about? CRISPR! CRISPR is a gene editing technology. It allows us to edit out defects in people's genes. Now, you think to yourself, that's all fantastic. That's great. That's wonderful, Peter, I got no problem with that. The problem is they can edit out other things and potentially everything in the future. Your baby is born with blue eyes? Maybe green. Maybe rainbow. Oh, look at that. My kid's gonna be short. So let me make him tall. Let me increase his or her intelligence. Let me do this. Let me do that. What's gonna happen in the future when you can decide what people are gonna look like when they come out? Woo. It's gonna be interesting. And then, what happens when you have a baby and you refuse to edit your baby and that baby is born with disease? You think, that's not right. They shouldn't be allowed to spread those genes. Those genes hurt our gene pool. Then that baby's gonna grow up and they're gonna marry somebody and they're gonna pass on that gene. Irresponsible. Vaccinate your children and also CRISPR them. How are you gonna feel about that? Now, some of the things on this planet that are amazing are simultaneously Black Mirror episodes. Terrifying! But you know those technologies that make me afraid? They are the ones that I like the most. You gotta tiptoe across that line from okay to not okay to get to somewhere good. It's happening, folks. This planet that you're on, I just named things on this planet. And if you didn't know all 5 of those things, you better ask yourself some serious questions. What the heck do I know? And if you do know about them, and you know about them now, you might be thinking, whew, how am I going to sleep tonight, knowing that this stuff is out there? Digging tunnels underground, I think that's great. Gamification, yeah, I find a way to make my life a little bit more fun. Connect my brain to a computer, yeah, okay. AI able to do more than human beings ever could. Getting scarier. Edit your baby's genes. Oh my God, that sounds terrifying. Edit it. CRISPR it. That's it for the show, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Tom Hartman, Samantha Barta, you guys are the MVPs today. Except Tom with his conspiracy theories. Don't get me started. But what's underneath the pyramids? Why don't we know how to build the pyramids? Don't get me started. That's it, folks. That's the show. My name is Peter Hartman. You're watching Bad Guru Nightly, and I am Bad Guru. See you tomorrow night, folks. Rest easy. Sleep tight.